Empresario Startup Summit 2020 is the ninth annual flagship event of EDII Ahmedabad. It's an exclusive platform for all the new age entrepreneurs to come up at one place and explore their entrepreneurial endeavors. The topic for today's discussion is mythological strategies for modern startups. And as you all are aware, that without the support of Krishna, Arjuna couldn't have faced the battle of Kurukshetra. So, with us, we have our mentor and our speaker, none other than Mr. Jay Savra. Before starting off with the discussion, I would like to give you a brief description about his journey. Mr. Jay Savra is one of the most popular young authors in the Gujarati print media, and his versatile column is running in Gujarat Samachar Daily, which has a regional readership of approximately 7 million. He has more than 2 lakh followers on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. He has published more than 4,000 articles in several publications. He has delivered more than 6,000 speeches across the globe, and many of them are on his official YouTube channel, that is Planet JV. All of his 16 books are constant in the bestsellers list. He was also invited by a Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Modi, for his book launch, and he has more than 25 years of experience in public writing, and he is getting stronger day by day. Sir, I would like to welcome you on behalf of the entire Empresario team and EDII family. Before starting off, I'll just repeat the topic and a few guidelines for our viewers. The topic for today's webinar is mythological strategies for modern startups. And for all of those who are unable to connect in the Zoom, they can follow this and they can watch this live on our Facebook page, official Facebook page, as well as Mr. Jay Vasabra's Facebook page. So you can start the webinar.
Thank you so much. Thanks for the lovely introduction. I always tell when I am in front of the students, I will always tell that all the introductions, all the resume and biodata and profile are the stories from the past. It's kind of mythological story because it's a story from the past. What we are doing today is our last performance. And people will judge us, or the world will judge us because of our last performance and not with the past glory. So with that note, because all the biodatas are always in praise, but what you are experiencing today or what you are feeling today, it's the most important thing. So I was supposed to come at ETI campus to deliver the same talk on the same topic, but unfortunately, God has some other plan, and destiny has defined us with the coronavirus lockdown. And that's fine, because we have found some new ways, some digital connectivity, and now the platform is much bigger because of the digital connectivity. So thank you all. There are so many ex-EDI students that I know, and some of them are my personal friend. So I will remember them as well. So they are telling me good stories about the campus life and the EDI education. So it's a nice campus, I know that. Now, regarding the topic, the mythological strategies. Well, India is a land of storytelling. Basically, we are the people who is called Kissago, means we are going with the stories always. And it's a fascinating land of stories. We will find every type of stories, stories of freedom, stories of martyrdom, stories of patriotism, stories of chivalry, stories of romance and bravery and whatnot. So mythology is a too short a word to define the Indian heritage. We have got a great heritage. Our religious or cultural heritage is mixed up with the mythological fable and tale and stories and poetry. And see, we were the first in the world to define even our religious text as a storytelling books, as a poetry. Ramayana and Mahabharata, recently we have seen them again on the Doordarshan, the rerun, and it was one of the most watched program in the world. But all the Ramayana and Mahabharata is written as a poetry. So it's a kind of a creativity as well, because you can write the line as a commandment. You can write the lines as you can say the prose, but it's very difficult to fit the story into the poetry as well. So we have got a land of epic. So it's a deep roots, and that's why we must have sweet fruits. But unfortunately, somewhere we have lost this connection. We are just worshipping our stories, but we are not applying these stories. In one of my lecture, I have already cited that knowledge is power is an old sentence, because knowledge is no power. Application of knowledge is power. When you apply some knowledge in your life, then and then you will have the power. Technically, theoretically, all the virologists is having their theories and their understanding about the coronavirus. But when you have a practical application as a vaccine, then and then world will move further from this social distancing and lockdown. It's the same kind of thing, my friends. So basically, we have to learn something from our past. Rather than living in a glorious past or just praising our past or just worshipping our gods, we must learn something from it. Even we have got a great heritage story, mythological story of Nachiketa. I would like to begin with the story of the Nachiketa. Nachiketa is a character which is very fascinating character in 21st century as well, because he was the son who has got a rebel voice against his own father. His father was a sage, Rishi Gautam, and Rishi Gautam was doing some kind of a propaganda work. I must say the propaganda PR work in today's language, because he is keeping good cows, the healthy cows for their own ashram, and some of the old cows they are giving as a charity, as a donation. And Nachiketa asked his father that you are doing the wrong thing. The people who are not having cow will praise you, but you know that you are cheating them by giving them the old cow. So this is not the right thing. So father was furious, like all the fathers are furious when you are questioning them with the right attitude. And he removed Nachiketa from the home. And Nachiketa, like the mythological fable goes, and there is a great Upanishad about it, Kathopanishad, discussing the life and death and philosophy of death. And Nachiketa gone to the at the doorstep of the Yamraj, the god of death. And then he has asked a few questions regarding death. When he was offered that you can take the 400 or 500 years of the life, you can take this kind of the jewels. And he refused that, no, I seek knowledge. I don't seek jewels. I don't seek any fortune. I seek knowledge. I am a knowledge seeker. Give me the answers of my question. See, that's defined the India. India is a land of knowledge seekers. Here the king will leave his kingdom just to find the great knowledge, like Vishwamitra. Vishwamitra became a rishi, a sage, and left his kingdom. And kings will bow down against the rishis, against the knowledge seekers. Like Lopamudra was a daughter of, was a princess, a daughter of a great king. And Agastya was a sage, but Lopamudra married to Agastya. And we have got that sort of heritage in our life. But the thing is that, I just found one message, but it is regarding the question answer session. So we are going to take a question answer. I would like to repeat in my lecture as well, because in India, all the mythological stories are in a question answer format. Be it Bhagavad Gita is also a question answer format. This Kathopanishad I was referred to, the Nachiketa story, is also a question answer format. Nachiketa has asked questions and someone has replied it. Upanishad literally means to sit someone with. It's a literal meaning of the word Upanishad in Sanskrit, to sit someone with. So you have to sit with someone and take some knowledge and do some discussion. And that way you can move forward in your knowledge seeking attitude. Even the first book ever, our great book, Rigveda, which is considered one of the oldest book, or rather the oldest book in the whole planet. The Rigveda, the first chapter of the Rigveda is written by the Rishi Madhuchanda. And again, it's a mythological story that Madhuchanda has asked his own teacher that what should I do? As a small kid, as a small student, he has asked this question that what should I do in my life? And Guru told two words, that you should awake and you should explore. Awake and explore. See, this is the message from the heritage of Rigveda. Awake and explore. And then Madhuchanda has explored the nature. And that's why the initial poetry of Rigveda is in praise of nature. Means the rain, the fire, the wind, the soul of the fertility of the soil, and the soul of the, you can say, the nature, the surroundings, the environment. So thing is that our mythological stories is so much to offer nowadays. The Prahlad and Nachiketas are the icon that you can ask the question against the tradition. You can break the tradition. You must ask the question. Just because someone is older than you, that doesn't mean he or she is right. He has got gray hair in their head, but that doesn't mean they have got the gray cells or gray matter in their brains. So with this note, there are few stories that regarding to startups, because EDI is all about the startups as well, because it's a young entrepreneurs that we have to develop, and nowadays in future, it's more struggle ahead for the entrepreneurs because of the change scenario of economy and the global platforms. So the first thing I would like to remind is the germination of Durga Bhavani came into the practice. If you see the Chandi Path, the Devi Bhagavad, you will see that all gods, the Indra and the Varun and the Marut and the so many gods, the Brahma and all, came together to create an energy, create this energy of Shakti. Shakti means the Bhagavati, the Durga, the Bhavani. And everyone has offered something from him or her. So someone has offered his power of wind, someone has offered the power of rain, someone has offered the power of the light, and all power together came as Bhavani, Bhagavati, Shakti, Durga, whatever you call her. So point is that if you want to create a Shakti, Shakti is the word for the Durga, the Mata, the Bhavani in Indian mythology. If you want to create Shakti, overnight you can't create Shakti. With just one sun or one moon, you cannot create Shakti. To create Shakti, you have to gather multiple resources. And you have to get best from each resource. So everyone will have USP. In today's marketing language, the word USP, unique selling point. Everyone will have some USP. And you will have to be a Gunagrahi. This is a Sanskrit word, Gunagrahi. Means don't look up to the negative points in people, look up to the positive points, what you can get, what you can fetch from them, and how you can apply from them. I would like to cite one light example, the person who was greatly inspired from Indian mythology and who has become inspiration for generations to come on the planet, Mahatma Gandhi. And when you are doing some public work, everyone is criticizing you sometimes.
Sir,
because no one is satisfied. Yep.
Sir, I'm really sorry to interrupt you in between, but we are getting a lot of requests for you to speak in Hindi, because I think we have a lot of fan base from your side and from Gujarat as well. So if you can mix a lot of languages like Gujarati, Hindi, and English.
Most of the students are non-Gujarati students, so I had continued in English. But
yes, sir. But we are getting a lot of requests. They are asking you to speak in Gujarati, Hindi, and English. So I'm just confused. So you can please choose.
I will continue in Hindi because see, as far as I know, the EDI, the campus will have some non-Gujarati students. So
yes,
do any injustice to this non-Gujarati student. Okay, so because see, there are different kind of demands are there. I am also seeing the messages once you have appointed.
Yes, sir. So you can mix Hindi and
English. Someone has told that you should speak. Someone has asked for. Someone has asked for Hindi, and
yes, sir,
we will create a parliament over here, because in India it's difficult to have a consensus for anything, especially for the language. we cannot establish a linked language till date. So okay, one gentleman has told about the English, one gentleman has told about the Hindi, one is Gujarati, and one gentleman is from Tamil Nadu. So I should ask him, say. Okay, there is one nice answer, the Gujarati answer. You should mix and speak. So I should mix all the language and speak.
Yes, I think you will have to mix all the languages and then speak, because we have a lot of audience here.
Yeah, but see, one guy has clearly written, or rather two guys have written that they are from Tamil Nadu. So I hope that they will understand Hindi. So I must ask their opinion, that whether you are comfortable with Hindi, then I can switch over in Hindi. So
I think we should go with Hindi and English. I think it would be
okay. English.
Yeah,
someone is wrong. The English. तो मैं ये बता रहा था आपको, तो मैं गांधी जी वाली बात हिंदी में ही सुना देता हूँ. अब आप सोचिए किस भाषा में अच्छी लगती है. स्वाभाविक तौर पे काफी लोगों ने मुझे गुजराती में सुना है, बिकॉज आई एम ए स्पीकर एंड राइटर ऑफ गुजराती. तो उनको यही लगेगा कि गुजराती वाला अच्छा लगता है. ये तो लगता ही, हम इरफान खान को जब देखते हैं किसी हॉलीवुड मूवी में तो हमें यही लगता है कि ये इंग्लिश के बजाय अगर हिंदी बोलते हैं तो बहुत अच्छे लगते हैं। लेकिन हमें ये भी ध्यान रखना चाहिए ना कि जुरासिक वर्ल्ड तो देखी जाएगी न्यूजीलैंड में भी, नॉर्वे में भी, तो वहां पे तो इरफान खान हिंदी नहीं बोल सकते, उनको तो लाइफ ऑफ पाई या जुरासिक वर्ल्ड में इंग्लिश बोलना पड़ेगा। तो बेयर विथ मी विथ लैंग्वेज। और मैं हिंदी में ये बात बता रहा हूँ गांधी जी वाली, अगर आप सबको कंफर्टेबल लगे, कर्नाटक वाले दोस्तों को, तमिलनाडु वाले दोस्तों को, तो उसमें कंटिन्यू भी करेंगे, वरना मैं इंग्लिश में वापस स्विच ओवर कर लूंगा। जैसे भी हो, हम हिंदुस्तानी लोग इंग्लिश जैसे भी हो समझ तो लेते ही है, फिल्में समझ लेते हैं, सबटाइटल आधा पढ़ के। तो गांधी जी की बात ये थी गुणग्राही, मैं शब्द कह रहा था गुणग्राही। तो गांधी जी को एक गालियों भरा खत मिला। जो कोई काम करता है उनसे भूल भी होती है और उनकी आलोचना भी होती है, तो ये तो आज भी चल रहा है, उस समय भी चल रहा था। तो गांधी जी को जब खत मिला तब गांधी जी ने वो खत पढ़ के साइड में रख दिया, बाजू में रख दिया। उस जमाने में स्टेपलर तो था नहीं, तो उसमें पिन लगाई हुई थी खत को पन्नों को जोड़ने के लिए। तो गांधी जी ने वो पिन रख के अपने टेबल के कोने में रख दी। और उनके सचिव थे महादेव भाई देसाई, उनके पर्सनल निजी सचिव थे। तो उन्होंने पूछा कि बापू, आपके लिए इतनी बुरी बुरी बातें लिखी हुई है, इतनी गालियां लिखी हुई है, और आपने सिर्फ ये पिन लगा के रख दी टेबल में, आपको गुस्सा नहीं आया? तो गांधी जी ने कहा कि देखिए, ये गालियां मैं तो बोलता नहीं, लिखता नहीं, तो मुझे किस काम की, मैं पढ़ के रटू क्यों ये गालियां? और इस खत में तो कहीं जगह भी नहीं छोड़ी कि दूसरी बार मैं इस पन्ने का भी उपयोग, कागज का भी उपयोग कहीं पे कर सकूं। तो मैंने तो जो दूसरी बार काम में आ सके वो चीज, ये पिन थी उसमें लगाई हुई, ये पिन निकाल के रख दी, ये दूसरी बार किस कहीं पे लगाने में काम आएगी, ये गाली या ये खत मुझे काम नहीं आएगा। ये जो अप्रोच है, ये है गुणग्राही अप्रोच। और सी, ये दिस आई हैव कंटिन्यूड इन हिंदी दैट एग्जांपल, but again there is some demand for English, so I will like to switch over in English. So bear with my English, my friends. It is naturally not my mother tongue, but there are so many people on this planet Earth that English is not their mother tongue as well. But we would like to communicate. For human being, connection in communication is more important than the language. Language is mere tool, and we are not here for any high court or Supreme Court discussion that we should mark every punctuation or every grammatical error or something like that. So bear with me. Sorry, folks. I cannot complete your demand for Gujarati. We can have a different session. I would love to request EDI to have a session for the Gujarati lovers, the students as well. But this time, just to justify the subject and the topic, I would like to continue. So, to be a startup entrepreneur, our Shakti story will tell us that be fearless, be confident, but first of all, take the best thing from the whichever resource available in your surroundings. Take the best thing from someone. You take Vajra from Indra. You cannot take dance from Indra. Indra is not a great dancer, but his Vajra is more powerful than his dance. You can take the rain from the Varun. You can take the rays from the sun. You cannot say that I will take the rain from the sun and rays from the Varun. It's a contradictory thing. So find out the person's ability, finds out the person's capacity. We always find out the person's profile and person's dreams and person's success stories, but everyone is have a different sort of ability. You cannot tell Rahul Dravid to play like Virendra Sehwag and vice versa. So Rahul Dravid will play his own natural game, Virendra Sehwag will play his own natural game, and then we will create a team India out of the different kind of ball game together. So that's a mythological inspiration for startup from the story of the Shakti. But I would like to cite Ramayana because it's a current thing. Nowadays, everyone is into the Ramayana and we are discussing and we are creating memes about it, and social media is flooded with the stories regarding Ramayana. But take the Ramayana is like Lord of the Rings by J.R.R. Tolkien or the Harry Potter by J.K. Rowling. See, the Lord of the Rings is a story of the fellowship. There is no single hero in Lord of the Rings. It's a story of the fellowship, the like-minded people coming together to defeat the Sauron. And the Harry Potter itself, see, in Harry Potter, there is one dialogue between, I guess, Dumbledore and Harry, that once Principal Dumbledore has asked Harry that Tom Marvolo Riddle, means Lord Voldemort, is also an orphan and who was good at magic, is a great wizard as well. And the Harry is also an orphan. So Harry has asked to Dumbledore that how can I defeat the Lord Voldemort? He's senior to me in magic. He's a great wizard. And he was also orphan. I am also orphan. And Dumbledore, with his own jovial face, told Harry that, Harry, Lord Voldemort doesn't know, Tom doesn't know what love is all about, what friendship is all about. But you know that. So your friends will fight for you. And he has got just assistants, the disciples, the acquaintances, but not the friends. Same story applied to Ramayana. See, there were so many princes before Ram. Raghuvansh, Kalidas has wrote one book, Raghuvansh, which has described the story of the 100 kings before Ram. 100 kings. But we don't have Laukushayan. We don't have Dashrathayan. We have only Ramayana. Why? Because Ram left his comfort zone. Everyone else was there in Ayodhya only, in his own Rajdhani, his own capital, in his own comfort zone. Ram was forced to define that, okay, I will leave my comfort zone. So Vanvas was kind of a blessing for him because he has created his own boundary. He has created his own fellowship. Because he left Ayodhya, he met Hanuman. Because he left Ayodhya, he came to know that there is someone called Jatayu or someone called Shabri or someone called Kevat. So you can say the insignificant people for the prince or for the king, but they become their ally. They become the team of the Ram. They become the friends of Ram. And that's an interesting message. And thousands of years back, we have got that message in form of Ramayana, that leave your comfort zone if you want to write your own story. And when you leave your comfort zone, you will find some friends like Hanuman, and you will find some enemy like Ravan, some challenges as well. And when you take challenges head on with the teamwork, with the friends you have made from the forest, and you can win as a team. Because see, when Lakshman was fainted, and I would not remember Sonakshi Sinha over here for her KBC answer, but when Lakshman was got fainted, see, the Hanuman came with the Sanjeevani Bhuti, and Vibhishan has asked for that Shushan Vaidraj, means that doctor. See, Vibhishan was not from the Ayodhya, he was from Lanka. Hanuman was not from Ayodhya, he was from Kishkinda, but they came together as a fellow group, and that's why Ram could defeat Rama, and that's why his story has been written. So my friends, we have to leave our comfort zone. See, Irfan, I wrote in today my Gujarati column about, you can say, the homage to Irfan Khan, and I cited one of his interview. Someone has asked Irfan Khan that what is the difference between Hollywood and Bollywood? And he has given a very nice answer that in West, they are picking up something new. Here, we are rejecting which is new. That's the difference. That's a classical difference. We are always skeptical about the new thing, fresh thing. We are, you can say, the fearful people. We don't want to experiment. We don't want to explore. That's why, see, we have got so many stories. But Vasco da Gama or Columbus came to find in India. But we didn't go out and find Europe or find the US. Then the history would be written as with a different context, with a different culture. One Gautam Buddha came out, and see, the Japan or Thailand or China or most of the Far East Asian region has got the spirit of Buddhism. So we have to explore the world. We have to go out. We have to leave our comfort zone. That's a message from Ramayana. This is a story of the fellowship, story of the courage, story of the taking challenges as well. Again, my T-shirt, if you can see, it's with the Krishna. Especially, I found this T-shirt for you people for the today's topic. Krishna is the most adorable character in India. Not only for Hindus, I can say. Ras Khan or Rahim, or there are so many Muslim sages, even they wrote the songs of Krishna. Even Javed Akhtar and Shakil Badauni wrote about the song of Krishna. So Krishna is a fascinating, colorful character, multiple character, Purna Purushottam, complete man out of Raymond's end, I can say. Okay, complete man means he was a character in total, work while you work and play while you play. He's a character who can cheer haran. You can connect with him with cheer haran. जो गोपियों का चीर ले लेते हैं वो भी कृष्णा है, और द्रौपदी को चीर देते हैं वो भी कृष्णा है. Both the things are symbolic. It shows the range of the person. It shows that how the person has got the solution for every kind of thing. And spiritually also, I love Krishna because he is the person who has defined that life is a celebration. Life is not a depression. Karmaliye vadhikarasте ma phaleshu kadachana is an oft-repeated shlok, oft-repeated message of Bhagavad Gita and Krishna. But my interpretation for 21st century's future entrepreneur is quite different. Have your passion in your karma. Have your passion, utmost passion. So your passion will define your karma. So have your fullest passion in your karma. But don't expect always favorable results. That will lead towards the depression, the tension. So don't think about the result. Just focus about on your game, your playfulness, your karma, your activities, and then don't think about the result as well. Ma phaleshu kadachana. You won't get depressed at the end because you are not focused on result. You are focused on cherishing the karma. Means, suppose I have written one article, one book. Now, because of the coronavirus epidemic, that book didn't get published or didn't reach to the people, or not article didn't get published, or newspaper didn't deliver to the people. Now, end result I couldn't get. But while I was writing, while I was doing my effort, did I enjoy that process? I cherished those moments. I found or learned something new while I was writing. That was my karma. And if I did my karma with utmost passion, then I have got my own joy as the first place. Now, people will read it or not. It's not in my hand. I cannot force everyone to read my book or read my article. Not even a film star can force everyone to read their movie, to watch their movie. So, my friends, point is that first we should cherish our karma passionately. But learn to define the difference between passion and obsession. That's the key thing, passion and obsession. Means when you are doing something with passion, you can move upward like Krishna. Krishna is moved from his parents' lap towards the Gokul and the Vrindavan and the Mathura and the Golden Dwarka. See, upward journey. Passion will lead you upward, moving forward. That's the story of passion. Obsession will move you in circular route. It's like if you are jogging onto the treadmill, nowadays all the gyms are closed, but if you are fitness freak and if you are jogging on the treadmill, what happens? That if you are running on the treadmill, you are you are keeping some mileage or some speed, and you are getting some distance as well on your screen. That okay, you move forward for 10 kilometers. Today you jog for the 10 kilometers. But you didn't left your place. You were there only because you are running, you are jogging, you are wasting your energy, but you are not moving forward. So obsessions, suppose someone is alcoholic. Alcohol is become obsession for him or her. And then obsession will not move forward. Obsession will always put you in a circular route. So as a young entrepreneur, my friend, like Krishna, always move forward. One another message from Krishna that I would like to cite, and then I will come to one interesting comment that I have read regarding the caste system. I will come to that. But after that completion of the Krishna thing, see, one thing that Krishna has taught us is always be cheerful, ever smiling, and keeping balance with Sudarshan Chakra and Basuri. See, that's a very interesting message. Even in a field of management, sometimes you have to scold the people. Sometimes you have to get the bossism, the authoritarian style. Sometimes you will have to perform as a democratic manager. You will have to take them together as a team. So both the role you have to perform, both the role. So in Krishna, you have to learn that you have to keep one Sudarshan Chakra. There are 3 types of people you are going to meet in your life, in your business, in your management circle. See, 3 types of people. One will come as a gopi, means the people who loves you, who adores you, who just admire you. Affectionate people. So give them basuri, give them ras, give them joy, give them pleasure, give them parijat. That's the first reaction you can do that. Someone will come as a Arjun, as a disciple, as a knowledge seeker, or you will have to guide them. You will have to nurture them. you will have to tell them that, okay, I will run your chariot, but I won't appear in your exam on behalf of you. You have to face your own exam. You have to fight your own Kurukshetra. But I will there as a guiding force, as an inspirational force. So that the second response and third response, someone will come as a Shishupal. Whatever good things you are doing, they will always have some criticism against you. The trollers, I can say, the leg pullers. And for that kind of people, after giving some warning, you will have to take some Sudarshan. You can block them. You can block the troll who is pulling your leg on the Twitter, that sort of thing. So my friends, Krishna is a kind of a person who is giving you the message that don't define yourself in a fixed frame reaction. According to situation, you have to change your reaction in your business, in your management. Every situation will demand a different kind of reaction. Remember that. So sometimes Krishna has become Ranchod Rai. When Jarasandha has attacked the Mathura, he just ran away from the Mathura with the Balram and came to Gujarat, came to Dwarika, and he founded his own Dwarika. Okay, so sometimes he put his ego aside and he knows that, okay, this is not the right time to fight. And when he got a company of Bhim, when he knows that Bhim can knock out Jarasandha in the Kushti, in the dangal, in the fighting, then he gone to the Jarasandha's Magad and fight out against the Jarasandha with the help of Bhim. See, that's the learning lesson from Krishna as well in a management. That you don't have to take all battle as your battle. Sometimes you have to leave some ball in cricket. Okay, you don't have to play every ball you face. Sometimes you just pass the ball to the wicket keeper. Okay, most of the Indian cricketer is having a weakness of playing a ball outside against the off stump, and they got caught out because of that. So Krishna is telling that, okay, you just keep your senses intact, you analyze the situation, and after first accept the situation, then analyze the situation, then fight against the situation, and then you can win. So first accept the situation, then analyze the situation, and then fight. Then do your karma. So Krishna is not a man of programmed responses, I must say. He is always coming up with the new solutions according to the situations. Suppose he came with the Sudarshan Chakra, but when in the battle of Kurukshetra, it's a mythological story, it's a fable. You can say like that. But it's a nice message that when Narayanastra came, and Narayanastra came was in the fight, and Krishna just stood up like this in the battle of Kurukshetra. He didn't fight. He told Arjuna and all the Pandavas that you don't fight against the Narayanastra. Okay, you just have to respect them, and Astra will go away. Like a coronavirus, we just have to keep the social distancing, lockdown, whatever you can say, the mask and the hygiene and the hand wash and all the things till the coronavirus go away. We will have to respect it. We cannot fight against an invisible virus. Don't waste your energy when you have to channelize your energy. You don't have to waste your energy in every battle. So this is a nice balance from Krishna. He is also a very cheerful God, man of celebration. He has faced so many adversities in his own life. His character graph is such an interesting character graph. A man who has to left his own parents with the first breath on the planet Earth. He couldn't find his own parents in front of him because he has to move forward. And then he has to leave Gokul or Vrindavan. And there are so many stories. One fascinating story is about Kalyanak's story, that all the friends will come with you while you are playing. But when there will be some challenge, all the friends will run away. And you will have to find the challenge at your own. Like that Paitri song, कितने अजीब रिश्ते हैं यहाँ पर, दो पल मिलते हैं, साथ साथ चलते हैं, लेकिन जब मोड़ आए, बच के निकलते हैं. When there will be mode, when there will be twist in your tail, many friends won't support you. They will just find escape route. They will not stand beside you. So you will have to fight your own battle. That's the story of Krishna. So every time, see, in our romance, we are always giving the example of Radha Krishna, and it's a very modern example. That Krishna has got, see, we are, with the live-in relationship, we are also joining Krishna. With the great romance, we are also joining Krishna. But the story of Krishna, why he is a great lover, besides being a great leader? Because he was quite natural. He was not a cheater. He was a protector. He was a man with a confidence. Shyam Sundar, dark. Okay, so you don't judge anyone with the complexion of skin or color, but judge them with their qualities. Judge them what is inside, not what is outside. So that's a great message as well. Like, see, Ganesh Visarjan, we have got a great tradition of Ganesh Visarjan in India. See, India is the only country I had found that there is some great celebration of Visarjan as well. There are always a celebration of Sarjan, that means always a celebration of birth. But death is also a celebration. Visarjan is also a celebration. Living something is also a celebration. That is a teaching from the Krishna. This is a teaching from the India. This is from our mythological heritage. So my friends, regarding the startup, because there is another comment, I am reading your comment as well. That should be, it should be to a process. That startup related example, please. Okay, I will cite one shlok, the 14th shlok from the 18th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, which is directly related to startup. Now, I won't cite the Sanskrit shlok, don't worry. I will just simply translate it. The shlok will have naturally some Hindi words because the Sanskrit and Hindi are akin language. That if you want to do some work, 5 elements you need to worry about. 5 elements. Karta, Karan, Adhishtan, Pruthak Cheshta, Devam. See, this is directly related to startup thing. Karta. Karta means the person who is doing the things, your team. If you want to create a great company, then you need a great people, because company is an invisible entity, but the people will define your company. So if Walt Disney want to make a great empire, Walt Disney will require great animators, great person who can create a ride for them, or create graphics for them. So you find a good team, Karta, good people, able people. So first thing first, Karta. Then Karan. Karan means equipment. If you want to play cricket, you have to play cricket or practice cricket with the season ball, not the tennis ball. Tennis ball is for tennis, not for cricket. Because the international cricket, you will have to find and face that season ball. So you need good equipment. So if you want to run a good startup, focus on good quality equipment. Many people, I see many IT startups people coming in front of me with the pirated softwares in their computer. And I tell that, okay, you are going to do an international startup and your own computer, your own mobile, you are using pirated software. First, use the authentic software in your computer, licensed software. Then you can tell someone to have your own license copy. So that's the first thing first, Karta. Second thing, Karan. Karan means equipment. If I want to talk with you, my computer should be working, my web camera should be working, its microphone should be working. So focus on good equipment. Don't focus on great office. Don't focus on great visiting card. Don't focus on the 3-piece suit or tie or a skirt or something like that. If you don't make your hair, Morari Bapu or Narendra Modi are not the people who are always making or combing their hair. Abdul Kalam or Albert Einstein has never combed their hair. But even though they were icon, why? People recognize their photograph with uncombed hair as a scientist, as a leader, as a spiritual preacher. Why? Because they have started with their own efficiency. They have got the great equipments ahead. They have got the great team with them. And the Adhishtan, Sanjog, timing. Timing is most important thing. See, in summertime, you can do the startup with the mango juice or mango product or mangoes itself. But in a monsoon time, if you want to sell a mango startup, then it will fail in India. Because generally, Indian people don't prefer eating mangoes in monsoon. They feel that this mango will be the frozen or preserved mango. Now the season has gone for the mango. So the art of timing is the most important thing. At which time, which type of, why Salman Khan was a great success in his startup. He has created Salman Khan films and his whole family has earned into it because he found the slot, the Eid slot or the Christmas slot, or same goes with Akshay Kumar. He found his own slot. So in film industry, I'm giving you the cricket and film example, or because it's a more popular example. It is in business also you will apply the same thing. Season, the timing. Mukesh Ambani has got the plan for the geo or for the data since beginning. Because see, when Dhirubhai Ambani passed away, mere papa ka sapna har ek ke haath mein ho mobile apna, that was the campaign done by Mukesh Ambani. But the timing was wrong. At that time, there was no 4G. At that time, there was no internet data streaming, and at that time, there was no smartphone as well. Steve Jobs came with a smartphone in 2007 with a touch screen. And then the smartphone revolution came ahead. And then Mukesh Ambani found that, okay, now the Adhishthan is perfect to launch the Jio. And then Facebook came in, and now it became a great merger between Facebook and Jio. So point is that Mukesh Ambani is not a kind of a people who has done the startup, but Dhirubhai Ambani was the king of startup, I must say. Backward integration theory he has applied. Means you learn something from what you are doing for others and dream big. And not only dream big, his message was that, but you must have to enhance your capacity to fulfill that dreams. So you should know your limitation as well. That this is my limitation, I can't do it. Film, movie making is my limitation. I won't focus in movie making, but I can focus in chemical making. So while making the chemical, I can explore the petroleum thing, and I can redefine the refinery thing, that sort of thing. So point is that Adhishthan, timing is most important thing. Learn the art of timing, at which time what to speak and what not to speak. Karta, Karan, Adhishthan, and Pruthak Cheshta. Process. Learn the process by your heart. Most of the startup got failed because they want to do the process from someone else. They are not the people who do the process themselves, but the people who have done the process themselves. See, Bill Gates also came from the startup. Mark Zuckerberg also came from the startup. Jack Dorsey came from the startup. Elon Musk came from the startup. Why these people are successful? Why they have written a success story? Because they themselves know what they are doing. Zuckerberg was king of IT. He cracked the solution of IT. Same goes with Bill Gates. He knows the IT inside out. Elon Musk himself is an inventor. That's why his Tesla is in the news all the time. So Steve Jobs himself was an inventor. So Pruthak Cheshta, process, focus on the process. We just focus on the slogans. See, that movie Padman has defined that a small person, a person coming from a small village, a person who doesn't know the English language as well, can create a startup, and that can give the government's jolts, that the government will have to learn that, okay, if this person can create a sanitary pads production factory, then why can't we give this product as a free product? See the things. Because he learned the process. If you have seen the movie, if you have read the Twinkle Khanna's book, Legend of Lakshmi Prasad, and this is a true story, this is not a fable, this is not a mythological story, the man knows the Pruthak Cheshta, the process. So, Karta, Karan means good team, good equipments, Adhishthan, good sense of timing, and Pruthak Cheshta, good process, and Devam, then luck will come. Luck holds the 20% share only. 80% share holding is regarding your own work. So 80% work, 20% luck. So just with the 20% luck, you cannot sail through. Put your 80% work first, and then you will sail through. Do you know the startup of Steve Jobs next? In 1919, he has created one company, and he has created one cube for the gamer. Next, which was a touchscreen cube, didn't work out because timing was not right. Adhishthan was wrong. Pruthak Cheshta was right, but Adhishthan was wrong. Luck didn't favor him, but he learned from it. Then he created a Pixar. After Pixar, he got a Toy Story, and then he earned some money. Again, came back into the Apple, and with the Apple team behind him, the Karta and Karan behind him, with the Apple resources, he created the smartphone again in 2007 with a touch screen. And that touch screen, he learned about the touch screen technology in 1919, his own failed startup Next. No one is remembering Next nowadays. Everybody is remembering Apple and smartphone and Steve Jobs. But whenever your startup do get failed, see, it's a project that failed. It's a product that failed. It is not a person that failed. Remember that, my friends. Our mythology always tell that you as a person, Amrutasya Putraha, you all are equal. You all are the kids and children of the Amrut, the nectar. So you are not a failure. Atma, at the Atma, at the soul, you are equal. You are all. That's why we are always thinking at the global platform. Sahna Vavatu, Sah Vidyam Karvavahe, that was our old prayer. And that's why, see, Vishwani Dev, we have discussed about the globe, of the planet, of the Sachraachar, about the Srishti, about the whole planet, the environment, the Brahm. See, we never thought about the single region or single caste. This whole thing, see, Chaturmanya Varna Maya Srushta, Guna Karma Vibhagasha was the whole slok of Bhagavad Gita. Smartly, some people have removed the Guna Karma Vibhagasha and kept only Chaturmanya Maya Srushta. That's a wrong thing. Okay? According to your talent, Gun Karma, according to your work profile, according to your talent, you should be identified. That see, there is a class system always. If you see the Divergent and this type of novel, even in a future, dystopian future, they have defined that there will be people who are defined with their own work. See, why we are taking that Bill Gates and Steve Jobs are technocrat? Why we are not telling that Bill Gates is an artist? Why we are talking that Irfan Khan is an artist and not a technocrat? See, with your good karma, you will be defined. So I'm totally against the concept of giving a casteism with the birth. I myself is a product of intercaste marriage. I am a kid from the intercaste marriage. And most of the Indian gods, Indian mythological gods are great lovers. So at the end of our discussion, because most of the young people are listening, see, in India, we have got a great love stories from the god. We have got a message of love from the god themselves. Shiv and Sati. And Sati's father, Daksh Prajapati, was against the marriage because Sati was a princess and Shiv was a sage in Himalaya, and he's not living you can say, the royal lifestyle according to Daksh. And that's why Sati has done a suicide and Shiv has done a Tandav. And from that Shaktipit came, because at the time of Tandav, the dead body of the Sati was lying on the shoulder of the Shiva, and that was a cosmic dance. It is also a science, because the Carl Sagan, one of the greatest physicists, in his book Cosmos, and he's also a TV serial one, he has dedicated a whole episode to the Shiva, the dance of Nataraj. If you go to the Switzerland, if you go to the Geneva, you will find the CERN CERN headquarters, Gold Particle Exploration. Gold particle is nothing related to God. It is related to physics, quantum physics. But they have put the Nataraj statue in their compound. I've seen them with my own eyes. So my friends, see, this is, the whole world is dancing. With the Hubble telescope, with the NASA research, you can see the galaxies are moving and the world is dancing. And in our Upanishad, it was written, the Pinde te Brahmande, which is inside our blood is also dancing. Our red cells and white cells are also dancing. And outside, the galaxies are dancing, stars are dancing. But it is not visible to us, though they are dancing. You need a special eye for that. You need a special telescope to see the dance of galaxy, dance of stars and black holes and supernovas. The same thing, you need a Divya Chakshu. It is nothing with the miracle. It is related with the insight. When you have the insight to see this, the world or cosmos will open their secret for you. So I was telling about the love stories from the god. So Shiva has two love stories, the marriage with Sati and marriage with Parvati. Great epic Kumar Sambhav was written by Kalidas. Must read for the young people if you know the Sanskrit. It is also translated in English as well. Kalidas has also written so many love stories. And Meghdut is one of the best and the finest version of it. See, today we are using the cloud. We are telling that my message is in the cloud. But at that time, it was considered that the love message should be stored into the cloud. It should be given to Meg. Okay, I'm just joking. But the thing is that Krishna has got a great love stories. Though we are always talking about Krishna and Radha, sometimes our own Krishna and our own Radha is to meet a different kind of fate, like a Sairat movie. And it is a true sad stories in India. But we have to remember that our gods, Krishna, even Ram and Sita, it's not an arranged marriage. It's a love at first sight kind of thing. And then Ram and Sita agreed to marry upon and to keep their marriage even to the Vanvas. Point is that, my friends, that take the good things from these stories. If you don't like something, you are free to leave it. That's why India is a great country, I must say. The first motivational speech given ever, Bhagavad Gita. At the end of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna told in 18th chapter, Yathachasi tatha kuru. I am just giving you this knowledge. I am giving you this Virat Darshan. But Yathachasi tatha kuru. Whatever you feel convinced from within, you have to take this thing only. You cannot become Krishna, I cannot become Arjuna. It's up to you which things to take and which things to leave. I must say, and I must conclude with the same note coming from the Indian heritage, that Yathechasi tatha kuru. Whatever you like, you just take it and apply it. Whatever you dislike, you just leave it and enjoy. And now I would like to take some questions.
So it was very much inspiring and insightful. My personal favorite takeaway is how you talked about leaving your comfort zone and how important it is to build a very strong team and a good networking. Uh, we have a lot of questions and we are running short of time, so I'll just quickly select few questions and the rest they can email it to you personally. So the question that I'm selecting is um, there is this one very interesting question is what it takes to convert a Saraswati, that is our education, into
Mhm.
Lakshmi, that is our wealth.
Mhm. See, it's most of the time it is a definition given by the backstories of the god and goddesses. Okay, but Saraswati, see, Saraswati is a goddess of knowledge, or Lakshmi is a goddess of wealth. It's just a compartmentalization. Nowadays, it's a mix-up. We have already discussed about all this IT revolution, digital startups. I have given you the example of Tesla and Jobs and Zuckerberg and Gates. I have cited few names. Okay, all of them are Saraswati gained the Lakshmi. First, they have learned the Saraswati, and then they have gained the Lakshmi. See, the Jeff Bezos from the Amazon is a #1 billionaire in this world right now. As of now, he's a #1 billionaire. But in his startup, Amazon, what the first product he sold? Books. After books, he came into the other appliances. The first thing Amazon sold was the books. Okay, so thing is that the first you gain the Saraswati, and then with the Saraswati, you can gain the Lakshmi. The difference between Saraswati and Lakshmi means two attitude. The difference is Saraswati, once you gain, you cannot remove it from you. Once the knowledge came into you, you can't remove it. You can't delete it. Lakshmi, in the stock market in the morning, you will gain, and in the evening, you might lose it. So it's not permanent. But if you will have Saraswati, means if you have your genuine talent, Lakshmi will follow. Play your game. Sachin Tendulkar was a good cricketer. Lakshmi followed him. Irfan was a good actor, or Amitabh Bachchan was a good actor. Lakshmi followed him. So focus on your talent first. Define your talent, your area. Then keep yourself unmoving with the struggle, and then Lakshmi will follow.
So we'll take the next question. It is, which mythological character, according to you, is the greatest entrepreneur and why?
Greatest entrepreneur.
Yeah.
That's an interesting question. Because I can cite so many examples, like Tripurantak Shiv is having a focus because it's the one arrow. He has conquered the 3 cities. Okay, but entrepreneur, because no, most of the gods haven't done a business. Kuber was a treasurer, was a great treasurer, but most of the gods in India haven't run a business. But I would like to see this. Krishna is having a Sudharma Sabha. He has run the administration of Dwarka, not the business as such. At that time, there was no concept of corporate building because everything and all the resources of nature for the everyone, that sort of concept was prevailed everywhere. So point is that, at the Ram, how was Ram's administration? I don't know, because at the end of the Sita, the Ramayana has been concluded. So there is no, how the Ram Rajya was administered was not defined. But in some of the books, Krishna's Sudharma Sabha has been defined. And it's the same thing, great team. Krishna is considered as a Dwarkadish, but he was not there sitting as a sole authority in Dwarka. He created a Sudharma Sabha, means a cabinet, think tank, I must say. So when I was in Singapore, and there was so many good startups, successful startups in Singapore, and there is one whole blog dedicated to the young startup people. And when I visited that blog, the director of that particular region had told me in Singapore that, see, here what we are doing, we are not having any training seminar. We are having a coffee joints. And the person, young person who is going into the failure phase, sitting with the person who is into the success phase over the cup of coffee, and not with the lectures, not with the textbook, but with the one's own personal experiences, he is expanding and learning his vision. So point is that in Indian mythology, you will not find a corporate god. You will not find a person or god who is doing business or goddess who is doing business as such. But you will take an inspiration from their success and their strategy and apply and modify it into the current context.
So we have one very interesting question, and it will be our last question for the session. The rest they can contact you personally. It says, it is said that in ancient days, caste system were established according to the occupation of the people. Vaishyas were considered the businessmen of the ancient, and if you're aware about some of the old strategies that they used for their businesses.
Oh, that's a really interesting question.
Yes.
See, I can see because someone has also written this question. So, all the strategies for their business. See, first thing is very interesting. I would like to say that today we have made a school or colleges or educational academic courses that everyone can enroll and get expert of it. At that time, you will have to go there. It is not like that academic institute will come to you for your occupational thing. Suppose my occupation is Dhanur Vidya, I will have to find my own Parshuram or own Dronacharya. Parshuram or Dronacharya won't find me. That's interesting difference. See, so the occupational thing, either they are learning from their own parents or their own family, either they are learning, they are going out, leaving their comfort zone, going out to some particular Gurukul and learning that particular Vidya. That particular Vidya. Every Guru is not good with every Vidya. Okay, so if you want to learn some Niti Shastra, you will have to go to that type of Guru. If you want to learn Khagol Shastra, you will have to go that type of Guru. Okay, so the interesting thing is that you have to perfect your own strategy by finding your own Gurus. Today, Gurus are doing some advertisement and Gurus are finding the disciple that, okay, come, everyone is enrolled. No, not everyone is enrolled. All Guru will test the student first, that whether he or she is coming from XYZ occupation, but whether he or she is fit for their occupation or not. And if he or she is not fitting for the same occupation, they will change their occupation. So it is not a watertight compartment. I would like to refer that it is not a watertight compartment. But in ancient strategy is a strategy with a learning with practicals that we have lost. We should carry forward that legacy. See, the practical came first and then came the theories. Nowadays, theories came first and then come the practical, or sometimes practical never happens. We always learn about the shopkeeping and business accounts and everything into the classroom. But see, there is one thelawala who is selling pani puri. Nowadays, you are not seeing them because of the lockdown. Okay, but one thelawala selling pani puri. See, he is preparing the pani puri. He is taking money. He is remembering the hisab, the accounts. That okay, she ate 8 pani puri, she ate 16 pani puri, that group ate 5 pani puri, that group ate 25 pani puri together. And they give you the change, and he also keeping that thing in mind that someone is standing beyond his sidewalk or his footpath. And he's also remembering that guy, he took 3 pani puri from me. See, now in practical thing is different, that you have to keep your account, you have to give some change, you have to prepare a pani puri as well, and all the pani puri must be equal. Someone cannot complain that his pani puri or her pani puri is better or worse than mine. See, so that thing was there in ancient practice. In ancient practice, the word practice was more important than the degree. First you practice, first you learn, and then you apply that learning. While you are learning, you are bound to make some mistake. And from that mistake, while you are starting to learn swimming or you have started to learn cycling, you're bound to make some mistake. From that mistake, you can hold yourself. And then the voice will come from within that, okay, do it in that way, do it in that way. How all the people have learned driving. Okay, the first time we must have made some mistakes, but then the voice came from within. Every time your instructor won't go out with you. So that is the most important part, that our questioning attitude, playfulness, practice, learning by the examples, and the practical training, and then came the summary. And summary is a theory, while we are taking theory as a main part. And that's the problem with today's education system.
So we'll surely try to implement all of these theories and stories, as you said. And because we are running short of time, that's why we'll have to end it. I would like to thank you on behalf of the entire team and the college. Thank you, sir, for taking out your time and being here with us. And all the viewers, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you're staying home and you're staying healthy. Just stay safe. And thank you so much, sir, once again.
Thank you so much to all the listeners, to you as well, for the wonderful coordination. And yes, stay home, stay safe. And even if there is a lockdown, cheer up, have fun.